My mother's face went pale. She was staring at a piece of paper I'd just slid across the dinner table. Her lips moved as she read the number at the bottom. "You can't be serious." Her voice cracked. This is a joke, right? I leaned back in my chair. The entire family was watching. Aunts, uncles, cousins, the same people who'd watched her humiliate me for years. "Funny how that feels," I said. She looked up. Her eyes were wet. $47,000? I nodded. "That's what your jokes cost me, Mom, every single one." She started to cry. Real tears, the kind she used to fake when I set boundaries. But this time I had receipts. How does a mother's sense of humor cost her daughter $47,000? Let me take you back. But first, drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from and what time it is. And if you've ever been told to just take a joke, hit that subscribe button. You're going to want to see how this ends. My mom has always been funny. At least that's what everyone said. She had this way of making a whole room laugh, usually at my expense. When I was 12, she told everyone at my birthday party I still wet the bed. I didn't, but it didn't matter. The kids laughed. She laughed. "Oh, honey, it's just a joke. Don't be so sensitive." At prom, she told my date I stuffed my bra. In college, she announced at Thanksgiving dinner that my major, psychology, was just me trying to fix myself. The family always laughed. I learned to smile and take it. I became the peacekeeper, the one who swallowed her feelings, the one who never made waves. It wasn't until I met Dr. Patel, my therapist in grad school, that things started to shift. She said something I'll never forget. If you set a boundary and someone calls it a joke, that's how you know it wasn't. I started keeping records, texts, emails, voice memos, not because I planned to use them, just because I needed proof I wasn't crazy. By the time I was 28, I'd built a small consulting business. Corporate training, leadership workshops, good money, real independence. For the first time in my life, I didn't need my mother. And that's when her jokes got mean. It was my cousin's birthday party, big backyard barbecue, extended family, and two of my newest clients. I'd invited them because they wanted to meet in a casual setting, build trust before we signed the contract. Everything was going fine, until my mom walked over with a drink in her hand, and that smile on her face. "Oh, you must be working with my daughter." They smiled, nodded. "I hope she's holding it together. She's been seeing a therapist, you know, for her issues." My stomach dropped. She's always been a little unstable with money. I keep telling her she needs help, but, Mom, I kept my voice calm, steady. "Can I talk to you inside for a second?" She waved me off. "Oh, don't be so serious. I'm just making conversation." I pulled her aside. My clients were pretending to look at their phones. "Mom, those are my clients. Please don't talk about my therapy or my finances in public." She laughed. Actually laughed. "Sweetheart, I'm trying to help." "You're so defensive. We all worry about you." She said it loud enough for people to hear. I felt my credibility crack in real time. She patted my arm. "You'll thank me one day." Then she walked away. 3 days later, I got the email. The subject line, "Contract Update." My stomach knew before I opened it. After careful consideration, we've decided to move in a different direction. We have some concerns about stability and professionalism at this time. $18,000. Gone. I sat there staring at the screen. Then my phone buzzed. A text from my brother. "You need to see the family group chat." I opened it. My mom had sent a long message the night of the party. Her version of what happened. According to her, I'd screamed at her in front of everyone. Embarrassed her. She was worried I was having a breakdown. "I think she needs help. Please keep her in your prayers." My phone wouldn't stop. Voicemails from aunts. A concerned text from my uncle. A message from my grandmother asking if I was okay. I was the villain, the unstable daughter who attacked her loving mother. I sat alone in my apartment that night, and for a moment, I believed her. Maybe I was too sensitive. Maybe I was the problem. Then I remembered the folder. I opened my laptop, clicked on the folder I'd been keeping for 2 years. Inside were dozens of screenshots, text threads, emails. I scrolled back to March. There it was. A text I'd sent to my mom after she joked about my divorce at a church potluck. "Mom, I love you, but I need you to stop sharing details about my personal life in public. It hurts me and it's not fair. Read at 9:42 p.m. Her response came an hour later. "You're overreacting. I can say what I want." I kept scrolling. June, another message. "Mom, I'm asking you again, please don't talk about my therapy or finances around other people. I've set this boundary before. Her reply, I'll say what I want. I'm your mother. Stop being so sensitive. No ambiguity, no misunderstanding. I had asked her, clearly, calmly, and she had refused. This wasn't me being too sensitive. This was a pattern. And I had proof. I leaned back in my chair. My hands were shaking. Not from fear, from clarity. I wasn't crazy, and this was just the beginning. My mom didn't stop. 2 days after the group chat, she posted on Facebook. It was vague, passive-aggressive, perfectly deniable. Heartbroken today. When you sacrifice everything for your children and they turn on you. Praying for healing. She tagged mutual friends, people in my industry. My phone lit up again. Are you okay? What happened with your mom? She seems really hurt. Then the second client called. The one who was supposed to sign that week. Hey, I just wanted to touch base. We're still interested, but we need a little more time to think. I knew what that meant. My mom sent me an email that night. The subject line, I love you. Inside, it was 1,000 words of weaponized guilt. I have sacrificed everything for you. I gave up my career to raise you. I have always been there. And this is how you repay me? By humiliating me in front of the family? If you can't take a joke, maybe you really do need help. I had a networking event in 6 days, the biggest one of the year. My reputation was everything, and she was shredding it in real time. She thought she controlled the narrative. She didn't know I'd been recording it. I sat down and did the math. First, the lost contract, $18,000. Then I pulled my therapy invoices. After the barbecue, I'd had to add emergency sessions. Twice a week for 6 weeks. 12 sessions at $250 each. $3,000. I'd also hired a PR consultant to help me salvage my professional reputation. $1,200. Then I found the email from the first client. I read it again, slowly. We have some concerns about stability and professionalism. A family member reached out to us with concerns about your mental health. A family member. My chest went cold. She hadn't just embarrassed me. She had actively sabotaged me. Then I remembered. The barbecue. I'd recorded a voice memo that day, a habit I'd picked up in therapy, grounding myself by narrating my feelings. I hit play, background noise, laughter, music, and then clear as day, my mother's voice. She's always been bad with money. I worry about her, I really do. 42 seconds, time-stamped, undeniable. I totaled everything. $22,200 in direct damages. And that was just the beginning. I didn't understand. Why would a mother do this? So I called my brother. We met for coffee. He looked tired. She's been like this since you started the business, he said quietly. What do you mean? He stirred his cup. When you were struggling, she was the hero. She could swoop in, fix things, save you. That was her identity. I sat back. And now? Now you don't need saving. And she doesn't know who she is anymore. He looked up at me. She told me last month, I just want my little girl back. But you were never broken. She just needed you to be. It clicked. Every joke, every public humiliation, every boundary she trampled. It wasn't about helping me. It was about keeping me small, keeping me dependent, so she could feel important. I wasn't angry. I was just clear. Hurt people hurt people. I understood that. But understanding someone's pain doesn't mean I have to accept mine. My brother reached across the table. What are you going to do? I looked at him. I'm going to show her the cost. I found a lawyer who specialized in family law and defamation. Her name was Ms. Rivera. She reviewed everything. The texts, the emails, the audio, the financial damage. She looked up at me. You have a case. A strong one. What do you want? I'd been asking myself that for days. I didn't want revenge. I didn't want to humiliate her. I just wanted her to see it, to see the cost of what she'd done. I want an invoice, I said. Ms. Rivera raised an eyebrow. An invoice? Itemized, professional, every dollar she cost me. Delivered in person. She smiled. That's not a legal filing, but it's effective. We spent 2 hours drafting it. Lost contract, $18,000. Therapy costs, $3,000. Professional repair, $1,200. Emotional distress and reputational damage, $25,000. Legal consultation, $120. Total, $47,320. Ms. Rivera printed it on her firm's letterhead. I held it in my hands. It was real. It was documented. And it was time. I wasn't going to court. I was going to dinner. It was the next family dinner. Same house. Same people who'd watched her humiliate me at the barbecue. I arrived on time, smiled, helped set the table. My mom was in a good mood. She hugged me. "I'm so glad you came, sweetheart." I nodded. Dinner was normal. Small talk, laughter, dessert came out. I stood up. "Before we finish, I have something for Mom." I pulled the envelope from my bag and handed it to her. She looked confused. "What's this?" "You've said a lot about me in public, Mom. I thought I'd return the favor. Privately first." She opened it. I watched her eyes move down the page. She started to smile. Then the smile died. Her face went pale. You can't be serious." Her voice shook. "This is a joke, right?" I sat down. Funny how that feels. My aunt leaned over. "What is it?" My mom's hands were trembling. She sent me a bill." "For what?" my uncle asked. I kept my voice calm. "For the contract I lost after she told my clients I was unstable. $18,000. The table went quiet. "For the therapy I needed after she weaponized my mental health in public. $3,000. My mom's eyes were filling. "For the professional consultant I had to hire to repair my reputation. $1,200. My aunt started to interrupt. "You can't charge your own mother," I turned to her. "She cost me my livelihood and called it love. This is what accountability looks like." My mom was crying now. "I was trying to help you." I pulled out my phone, opened the voice memo, hit play. 42 seconds of background noise. Then her voice clear and cold. "She's always been bad with money. I worry about her, I really do." Silence. My uncle muttered something under his breath. My mom looked at me. "You recorded me?" "You slandered me," I said. "To my clients. You have 30 days to respond. The lawyer's contact information is at the bottom." I stood up. "Enjoy your dessert." And I left. My mom's lawyer called mine within a week. They wanted to settle. No courtroom, no public record. Ms. Rivera laid out the terms. My mom would pay $22,000 over 6 months. She would issue a written apology, and she would sign an agreement not to discuss me publicly or professionally. Ever. She signed. The first payment hit my account 30 days later. Some family members stopped talking to me, called me cruel, ungrateful. Others reached out privately. My brother thanked me. One of my cousins admitted Mom had done the same thing to her for years. She just never had proof. I didn't celebrate. I just exhaled. I used the settlement to fund 3 months of business runway. And I started a small scholarship, $5,000 a year for young women entrepreneurs who were rebuilding after family trauma. I didn't name it after myself. I named it after Dr. Patel. My mom and I don't talk much now. We're civil at holidays. Surface level. The boundaries hold. She hasn't joked about me in public since. And I don't flinch anymore when someone says, "It's just a joke." Because I know the difference now. A joke is only funny if everyone's laughing. If you're the only one hurt, it's not humor. It's harm. And harm has a cost. I didn't do this for revenge. I did it because I finally understood something. Loving someone doesn't mean letting them destroy you. Boundaries aren't cruel. Silence is. So here's my question for you. Have you ever been told to lighten up when someone crossed a line? Have you ever been the punchline of someone else's power trip? Drop your story in the comments. You're not alone. And if this one hit home, subscribe. We're just getting started. One last thing. This story is a fictionalized dramatization for educational and entertainment purposes. It is not legal or financial advice. If you're experiencing family conflict or professional sabotage, please consult a licensed attorney or therapist in your area. Thank you for listening. And remember, your peace is worth protecting.